What could you drink instead of drinking alcohol? What could you replace that beer with, that glass of wine after a hard day of work? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly what to drink instead of alcohol to make stopping drinking feel easy. We're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about the mindset required to actually replace alcohol with something. I'm going to give you 7 drinks that you can drink instead of alcohol. And then we're finally going to talk about alcohol-free drinks, such as mocktails, alcohol-free beers, and so on. If you're looking for a replacement for alcohol, you must watch this video. Now, just before we get into this, if you want my personal help stopping drinking in a coaching program that has over 400 clients, a 92% success rate, and works in as little as 48 hours, I have great news. We are accepting new clients right now, and if you want to see if it's a good fit to work together, click the link in the description. You can apply to join the program. We'll get on a short phone call and we'll figure out whether the Sober Clear program could be a good match for you. We typically work with business owners, with professionals, with investors, with high-level individuals, and we give them a fast way to control their drinking with a program and a system with coaching and accountability. So if you want help, definitely click the link down below, book that call, and now let's talk about alcohol replacements. So whilst I made a big deal about what we can replace alcohol with, I actually need a precursor, and I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent. We should never try to replace alcohol with anything. Just think about it for a second. What is alcohol? Alcohol is a poison, it's ethanol, and most importantly, it's a drug. If you had a very close friend or, family member that had a drug problem, let's say they were smoking crack cocaine or doing heroin or something hard, how would you feel if that individual said, right, from now on, I'm going to replace this crack cocaine with this new flavored pipe that is just like crack, but it means I'm not going to smoke crack? You'd be thinking, dude, just stop the drug and get on with it. You're playing with fire even doing that. Listen, alcohol is a drug. It is one of the most addictive drugs on the planet. Just because it's legal and governments are taxing the hell out of it and pushing it out into the world doesn't make it any better. It's just a socially accepted drug. The only reason why we feel that we want to replace it with something is because we have a feeling of missing out. We get FOMO. When everybody around us is drinking and we're the odd ones out not drinking, we feel like we need to be involved. And this is just a mindset problem. It needs to switch around. The people drinking aren't the normal ones. You not drinking, you're the normal one, and everybody around you is doing something weird. You don't need to try and fit in with anybody. Now, don't get me wrong, I am going to talk about various drinks that you can drink instead of drinking, but we need to get clear and we need to be 100% certain that we're not trying to replace alcohol with anything. There's nothing to replace it with, because when you stop drinking, you're making one of the best exchanges you can make. You're exchanging a drug that's making you fat, making you lethargic, destroying your confidence, destroying your clarity. You're exchanging this with a life of freedom, of being in the best shape of your life, of making your kids and your family proud, of blowing up your career, your business. When you stop drinking, you get your life back. So why would we need to replace it with anything? Just by stopping drinking, you're replacing drinking with a 10 times better life. Now, don't get me wrong. I know this sounds overly simplistic, and we do live in a social world. We're not doing this in a vacuum. So let's talk about some drinks that you can drink now. So I'm going to give you 7 drinks that I personally like that have no alcohol in them, and then we're going to break down alcohol-free drinks. The first drink, and the drink I probably drink the most, is glass bottles of sparkling water. Now, these aren't cheap, but guess what? It's mineral water, and it's a damn sight cheaper than drinking alcohol, and it's about 1,000,000 times more healthy. And I've noticed that when I've got a nice glass bottle of sparkling water, I drink way more water. I stay way more hydrated. So I'd recommend that. I'd recommend, if you're not drinking alcohol, I'd recommend treating yourself with high quality water in a glass bottle. Now, I know this sounds simple and almost not that helpful, but provided you have the right mindset, you don't need to replace alcohol with anything. If anything, you're just going to replace it with proper hydration. And if you don't like sparkling water, the other thing I'd recommend is just getting still water in a glass bottle, mineral water. So that's the first 2 drinks. The third drink that I recommend, and when I was recently in America, this is something that I drank a lot, but I'd get an unsweetened iced tea. It's caffeine, so hey, I drink caffeine, but there's no sugar in it. And listen, like I said, I'm not trying to replace alcohol. I want to get that clear. But often, when you order this in a restaurant, it comes in sometimes in a tumbler, in a nice glass. Usually it's got like a lime or a lemon. And this could be a good thing to order when you're out and about, having dinner or lunch or whatever. The fourth drink that I've got for you is a drink called LaCroix. Now, this is a sugar-free drink with no chemicals, but it's just got a very slight flavor. I absolutely love these. I don't buy them in Dubai, but when I'm in America, I get them. When I was I actually started drinking them in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. But these are awesome. These are super nice drinks. And again, it's a little bit more interesting than water. It's sparkling, and I really recommend trying those. The fifth thing I've got for you is drinking English breakfast tea. Hey, I'm from England. I had to recommend this, but I want you to try this brand. Try Yorkshire tea. It's just another level. It's just so much better than any other tea brand I've ever had. It's much richer, the color is so much nicer, but that's a great drink. The sixth drink I've got for you, and this is particularly good around exercise, but drinking coconut water. It's packed with electrolytes, it's very good at hydrating you if you've been sweating and maybe doing cardio or something, but that is probably my favorite drink. Now, it's filled with sugar, so you don't want to drink it too much, but again, another beautiful drink. And the seventh thing are smoothies. My two favorite being watermelon and mango. When I lived in Thailand, we drank these all the time. We used to be able to buy them for like $1. Now, if you live in the West, sure, they're going to be $7 or $8, like, walking around in a town or a city. But hey, guess what? It's not poison, and it's not going to put you in an early grave. It's not alcohol. So that's my 7 favorite drinks. What about alcohol-free drinks? I have never touched an alcohol-free drink, and I never will. Because going back to that first point, I'm not trying to replace alcohol with anything. So why am I going to pretend to be drinking a drink when there's nothing to replace it with? Because my mindset is in the right place, I never feel the need to replace alcohol with anything. That being said, there's people that I work with in my coaching program, in the Sober Clear program, that do drink alcohol-free drinks. They might have a alcohol-free beer, a Beck's Blue or Heineken Blue or whatever it is. For them, they're fine with it. They're totally okay with it. I don't recommend it. I'm never going to do it myself. I'm not going to encourage it. But for some people, they like it. In fact, when I was in America, I was hanging out with a YouTube subscriber. He's not drank for 2 years, and he said the same thing. He drinks alcohol-free beers. He enjoys them. But my mindset is that anything that's mimicking alcohol is like, why would I even want to do that? The only exception I make here are mocktails. I like mocktails because it's just a fruity drink that's a little bit more interesting. So sometimes when I go out to a restaurant, I'll drink one, but not because I'm trying to mimic a mocktail. I just quite like sweet drinks every so often. So I put mocktails in a different category because they are quite interesting drinks. But anyway, if you want help stopping drinking, please click the link down below, book one of those calls, apply for the program. I can't wait to work with you. Have a great day.